Hey, surprise, surprise. We're back with a special report here tonight. Now, I just saw this news drop not too long ago. Tony Khan, Tony Schiavone, all the Tonys, they had an announcement of exactly what to expect for this Continental Classic, the G1 type style tournament that's coming up here in AEW starting tonight on Dynamite. So I didn't have much time. I threw a little slideshow together. We're going to talk shop about the Continental Classic. Now, I thought I was going to be alone, but my friend from CJ's here from Wrestling. What's happening?
I'm up here in Erie getting ready for Revenge Pro Wrestling. Sweet. Wednesday Night Wars, baby.
I saw the match card. Looks phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to find out what goes down up there, but we're going to go down. I did share this out to other people. If you guys want to pop in and find out, give me a pick at the end who you think's going to win. We have all 12 opponents. I did a little research on the titles they used to hold. It's a good little field here. So we got a WrestleSense representative here, my man CJ. We also have a Hardcore Sports representative here. My man Mitch Kofsky's in the building. So
I'm going to ask,
what's happening
everyone in this tournament?
I'm so sick of seeing you, Mitch. I mean, last night we did the Sixers game. We're going to do pick and roll podcast later, but we're going to get right to it. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet for people watching the replay who just want to get the information.
I was going to say Orange Cassidy sucks, but let's move on.
Yeah. He's not in the tournament, so you don't have to worry about it. So CJ, Mitch, CJ. So the first time these two on a stream together, we're meshing our networks together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Of course, Wally's in the building.
Oh, of course, Wally's here. Yeah.
And I'm coming back Friday at 6 to do another special one tomorrow with Thanksgiving. So everyone enjoy it with your family, etc. I'm going to enjoy McRib today. How about this? I'm representing my favorite food. How about it? I know it's disgusting. Come on, give me a break. Triple Beats in the house. Thank you. Chuck is here. Philly Special Cards. What's up, Spongy? Good to see you, my friend. So anybody
they're playing music. Looks like I'm going to have to roll, guys. Sorry.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. Pop in if you want to make a prediction later or whatever. But let's get down to what Tony Khan and Tony and Tony made the announcements earlier today. Continental Classic coming up, a G1 style tournament like New Japan. Hold on, let me close out some stuff.
Blaze, are you doing stuff that we don't know?
No, it just lags sometimes.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to get this stream going up here. Yep, Spongy doesn't like he's like, oh no, Mitch is here. Let me close this and see if we can get the slideshow to work. It's not working. Poopity. Let me try to share it one more time. So, all right. Continental Classic preview.
There you go.
There we go. All right. So, here's the rules of the tournament. There are two groups that 6 on each, and they'll be fighting each other. And then the winners will. It's kind of like the in-season tournament in the NBA.
I was about to say that.
So here we have 20-minute time limit for all these matches. 3 of them start tonight. We'll go over those. We have 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw. Everyone's banned from ringside, so no one's allowed to be at ringside. We'll see how that goes. You know, shenanigans can happen. FCW, what's up, Hunter? My brother, good to see you. Welcome in. Please like and share. And if you're catching this on the replay, like I said, I keep saying I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but I like to talk. Plus, I want to go get a McRib before the Pick and Roll podcast so I can get fueled up. So we have 5 weeks, basically. The whole month of December, they'll have these matches, and it'll conclude at the next pay-per-view. So let's take a look at the preview. Week 1, tonight in Chicago, there's 3 matches, and Saturday in Pittsburgh, there's 2. I just looked up. I got an email because I bought tickets for the Pittsburgh shows before. I can get 2 tickets for $20 right now.
Wait, what?
Like the same seats me and CJ and the boys sat at before. $75 tickets. They're buy one, get one free right now for the Pittsburgh Collision Rampage show. So CJ will be there. He got some free tickets, so he'll give us a report next week on Collision. But we'll be live Friday. So tonight there's 3 matches, 2 matches on Saturday to kick it off, and we'll go over those. But that's week 1, and this is going to travel all over the country. It's pretty cool. Minneapolis and good old Erie, Pennsylvania. That's where CJ is right now for Revenge Pro Wrestling tonight. So good luck to CJ and everyone at Revenge Pro. So week 2 will be in Minneapolis and Erie, Pennsylvania. That'll start into December. Week 3 up in Montreal for some Canadian battles up there on the 5th and the 6th for Collision, Dynamite, and Rampage. And then in the next week, week 4, we have Arlington and Garland, Texas for matches there. And a big reminder to everybody in the live chat, if you want to pop in and make a prediction at the end, I did drop the link in Facebook, Twitter, and Skype. If anyone wants to make predictions, we'll make predictions in the chat as well at the very end. So then we go to Texas for week 4 in Arlington and Garland, Texas. Week 5, Oklahoma City and San Antonio. So I like it that they're dragging it out a little longer. It's not only going to be a couple weeks. I know a lot of people give Tony Khan shit for having too many tournaments, too many titles, but that's the way it went down. And it's actually, this tournament is for 3 championships. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So week 5 in Oklahoma City and San Antonio, Texas. The divisional finals will be in Orlando on the 27th. That'll be the blue and the gold regions. They have 2 separate divisions. And then the championship at World's End, Long Island, New York on December 30th. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. First, in the gold division, we have Mark Briscoe. I did a little research I wanted to look into because, I mean, everyone wants a bunch of other people. Like, people are going to say, we're missing Kenny Omega, we're missing Miro, so get ready. They're not on the list. So if you're one. So Mark Briscoe, he's been an Impact Tag Team Champion, 2022 NWA Crockett Cup winner with his brother. Jay and Bully Ray held the ROH 6-man Tag Team Championships, and he's been a 13-time ROH Tag Team Champion. So definitely with the passing of his brother, singles competition, big shout out to Mark Briscoe. He'll be in action tonight, I believe. We'll go over that soon. Second competitor, Jay Lethal, ROH Pure Champion. He's a 2-time ROH World Champion. He held the ROH Tag titles with Jonathan Gresham. He held the TNA World Tag Champs with a guy named Consequences Creed. You may know him as Xavier Woods of the New Day.
Yeah.
And a 6-time TNA X Division champion, Jay Lethal, will be in competition in this tournament. It's a good mix of people, too. Jon Moxley. I bet you he bleeds.
I bet he doesn't bleed.
Jesse Jackhammer's in the house. So Jon Moxley, long list of accomplishments, obviously, with Moxley, a 3-time AEW World Champion, an AEW International Champion, until he lost to Orange Cassidy. A 2-time...
That was rigged, damn it. That was rigged.
An 2-time IWGP US Champion. He's been a WWE Champion, obviously, a WWE Intercontinental Champion 3 times, a WWE US Champion. He's held the Raw Tag Team titles twice, and he was the 2016 Money in the Bank winner. I said 2-time ROH World Champion, Brooklyn Joker. Jay Lethal, 2-time ROH World Champ. Pay attention! Or maybe I missed it. I could be wrong. Joker always corrects me. He's good. He's my proofreader. Roosh, not to be confused with Rush, the band, but he's held various CMLL championships, and he is a 2-time ROH World Champion as well. All right, now someone in the chat is that I know he's gonna say something. He's gonna complain about something. He do like the tournament, but at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous because they're adding another championship. Feels like a participation trophy. I don't know. I think it might be just like what was it? The Owen Hart tournament. You get the belt, and then you defend it next year when they have the tournament again. We'll see how it is. I feel, hey Brandon, I can't disagree with you. There's a lot of championships, but I only count the AEW titles as AEW titles. The fact that they honor the New Japan titles, the AAA titles, and stuff like that. You've seen Impact titles when Kenny had all those titles before. So I think they just honor a bunch of different companies. But yeah, it is a little confusing because we'll talk about the title here in a minute. The New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, the ROH World Championship, and the Continental Championship are all on the line. Now, when they did the press conference, they had both championships, ROH and the New Japan title, and they had the Continental title covered up. They did not reveal it. So we may get the real reveal tonight on Dynamite, not sure. Roosh, very interesting competitor to see him involved in the Gold League. Swerve Strickland, one of the hottest wrestlers on the planet right now after that bloody death match. He was an AEW tag champ with Keith Lee. He held the Lucha. See, a lot of people don't realize, and me and CJ were talking about this during the match the other night. Swerve Strickland, way before even Lucha, he was a deathmatch wrestler. So all that stuff with staples and shit, he has done that time and time and time again. Nothing new to him. So although it was kind of disgusting, we'll get into that a little more on Friday reviewing it. He has been, he was a Lucha Trios champ with Willie Mack and AR Fox. He was the MLW World Champion, and he held the NXT North American Championship in WWE. Yes. Now, I'm not sure, because how can you get rid of the ROH World Championship? That's what's confusing me. Like, if you have a Continental Championship, you can't really dump the history of the ROH Championship. New Japan Strong Open Championship is pretty new. But when we get to Eddie Kingston, it's pretty impressive that he's putting up those 2 titles. What's that, Mitch?
I mean, you could give it to Ronda Rousey.
Oh, boy. We'll discuss her on Friday, too. She made her appearance in ROH. It's going to be interesting. And Tony Khan did address that. It's a one-time appearance. She may fight again. She is not signed. But we'll talk more about that later on.
That. Okay.
She is not signed. He says he'd like to have her come back and fight more, but she is not signed to any contracts. Jay White, the final competitor in the Gold League. He's been the IWGP World Champ, the IWGP Heavyweight Champ, the Never Openweight Champ, and the IWGP US Champ. I didn't really think about this before, but it's a shame Jay White hasn't had any championships anywhere else. You know, now we're not counting some indie feds and smaller feds like GCW and places that these guys have had titles. I concentrated on like Impact and, WWE and AEW and such. But that'll conclude the Gold brand. In the end, we will take a look at all 12 and let you guys pick. A lot of people were saying that too, Hunter. I can't totally disagree, but it also, in a match that you lose with a lot of different shenanigans, if you will, he deserved to have a world championship here in AEW at some point in time. We'll see. A lot of people were saying buried. You can't be really buried when you're in a main event going for a world title. And Jay White will have his time. I think that was just a little taste of what we'll see for Jay White in the future. Kill Shot. A lot of people don't know that Swerve Strickland was Kill Shot in Lucha Underground.
God, I miss Lucha.
Yeah, I loved it too. I loved all the weird storylines they did in the back and stuff.
It made sense. That's what it's so entertaining.
And it looked like a fight. It made me feel like I was watching people
yes.
fight, not like studio wrestling. But
and John Morrison,
yeah.
Del Rio, like going on.
Let's go to the Blue League.
Hey!
Claudio Castagnoli makes
He
the
wins.
Blue.
He wins.
Two-time ROH champion. He's a two-time ROH tag champion with Chris Hero. Hero working behind the scenes at AEW. I'd love to see him in the ring again.
Oh, that would be nice.
He's a WWE US champ. He was a 5-time WWE Raw tag team champ, once with Tyson Kidd, 4 times with Sheamus. He was also a WWE Smackdown tag team champ, twice with Sheamus and once with Shinsuke. I forgot about the Shinsuke one. But Claudio definitely will be impressive in the Blue League. My
favorite wrestler.
He's. They were saying and they did this preview, one of the strongest in the world, not only in AEW, but one of the strongest wrestlers overall in the world, Claudio Castagnoli. Bryan Danielson made this announcement last week. Eye patch and all, broken orbital bone. He's going to come back. I think he may be wearing a mask or something to protect that because he just broke his face.
That's why I was confused. I'm like, what?
Yep, he is back. Long list of accomplishments for him. One I did not know. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champs with Curry Man. I never knew that. Curry Man played by Christopher Daniels most of the time. ROH Pure Champion, ROH World Champion, 4-time WWE Champion, of course, World Heavyweight Champion, my favorite title, the big gold belt. Yep. WWE Intercontinental Champion, WWE US Champion, WWE Tag Champ with Kane, and the Money in the Bank winner in 2011. As much as I'd love to see him, he has not held a title in AEW. He's putting over to young talent. He's helping book in the back. He's had some injuries. I don't know. Could be a favorite to win this tournament. We'll see. We'll see what people think here at the end.
In 1 second, it's not. Can you go back to that?
Yeah.
Quick? He's not Bryan Danielson, but it was not just with Kane. It was Team Hell No. Let's get it right.
Yeah, I don't like any tag team that has to have team in the front. No shit, it's a team. But I did like that team. The dynamic of him and Kane really
that was great.
It did work. Cesaro's a tag team with Jack Swagger.
Yep, the Americans. What was it?
Oh,
the real Great American.
Yeah, I would have wanted Takeshita in this too. Now, I'm chalking up some of the names like Omega, Miro, Takeshita, that they're going to be in other storylines and other things going on. So this tournament, kind of like people who don't have solid stories, let's get them into this. I like that idea. I really do.
Good idea.
But there's a lot of guys like Brandon, people in the chat saying you could fill this tournament up with 20 people or 26 people, 36 people. But I like keeping it small for the first time too. Mitch knows everything about small.
I'm not going to go that far.
Mitch knows everything about small.
Hold on.
Andrade El Idolo is in the tournament.
All right, there we go.
Andrade has held various CMLL championships. He was the IWGP Intercontinental Champ, WB NXT Champ, and the WWE US Champion. Now let's get talking. We've seen some guys that have been around for a while that have held championships. Next, the reveal for the Blue League. It's Daniel Garcia. Really young, up and coming. He's got his little dance over here and everything.
That one.
Yep, member of the Jericho Appreciation Society. His character has really evolved, and he's damn good in the ring, and we've seen that time and time again. He's held the ROH Pure title. That's it. So big opportunity for Daniel Garcia to make some noise in this championship. Here's one that kind of surprised me. I'd want a different member if I would pick from the House of Black. I would really rather have Malachi in this spot, but Brody King in the Blue League.
I like that.
You got to get a big guy. Get a big guy in here. Yeah, get a big guy in here as well. Yes, this is New Japan's G1. That's how I let it off. And I remember when Bryan Danielson left WWE, one of the things he said is he's always wanted to fight in the G1. So instead of going over there to G1, they brought the G1 to AEW and created, which a lot of people say, too many tournaments. I love tournaments, so I'm not mad at this at all.
What about the in-season tournament?
Oh, yeah, except for that one. Many people have a lot of knocks on Tony Khan. I think he's bringing us very unique stuff, and I really appreciate it. Yes, Andy Price always has great stuff. Do the Okada match. Yes, we'll be interested to see what happens. Yeah, very true, very true. And big shout out to Andy Price from the other side of the planet here on the show. Always appreciate you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's from down under. We got Brody King in the tournament. Eddie Kingston, the final competitor. He made the announcement after Danielson claimed to be he made the announcement. He was the first. Eddie Kingston said, "You know what? We're going to raise the stakes on this tournament." He said he is going to put up his ROH World Championship and his New Japan Strong Openweight title every time he fights in this tournament. Now, they did clear that up because he was getting a lot of questions because you'd think his first match is for both titles. Then his second match will be for no. It's basically the whole title. The whole tournament is for the whole thing. So, and Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone kind of reiterated that he wasn't putting on the line every match, but in a sense, he is putting it on the line for himself because if he loses out of the tournament, he loses those championships. And guess what? ROH World, but beside other smaller companies, the ROH World Championship and the New Japan Strong Championship, that's the only titles he's ever held. So he literally said he is putting up his career accomplishments on the line. And a lot of people feel the same way as you, Hunter. They don't like the fact that those titles are there. I want to see how it plays out because, like I said, you can't really destroy, in my opinion, the history, the heritage of the ROH World title. So I don't know if people are just going to be called, 3 titles in one, wear all 3. I can't wait to see what the Continental title looks like. It's really big. It's bigger than both of the other ones. So I can't wait to see what the design looks like too.
Bigger than the other ones.
Yeah, and we're going to get picks here in a minute. We're going to have a screenshot with all the names, and we'll get people in the live chat to give their picks. And if anybody out there wants to join in and have their picks at the end, I did drop the link in social media, Facebook, Twitter, Skype, if you guys want to pop in and make a prediction. I know it's very short notice and it's in the middle of a day, very unlikely for me to do a stream like this, but the tournament starts tonight and they just announced all this, so I didn't have a choice. I had to get it right away. So let's take a look at a little more into these tournament tonight on AEW Dynamite. Rush versus Jay White. Now keep in mind, this is not a knockout tournament where you lose and you're out. There'll be a group stage, and then there'll be the finals, the semifinals and finals. So Rush and Jay White tonight, very interesting matchup on Dynamite. That's match number 1 in the Gold League. Swerve and Jay Lethal. Jay is he is a seasoned veteran. He's an older wrestler, but damn, the dude can still go. Swerve versus Jay Lethal tonight. Swerve coming in really hot. You got to think Swerve's going to take this one. And Jay Lethal, really good at putting over younger talent. And him and Jarrett, I think they've been hilarious.
I have a hot take.
All right.
Ric Flair's going to come in and they're going to have a woo-off.
I think that's inevitable. I think that will happen. They've already bumped into each other backstage last week where Jay Lethal kind of saw Flair and turned around and they had a standoff. They stared down for a little bit and then Jay walked away. So I think we may see a remake. We saw the remake of what's it called? Scott Steiner's Math. They made fun of that. They brought that back. So I think we may be bringing back.
How do you make fun of that? That's legendary.
Yeah. They just, hey, bring it back. It's nostalgia. So I think we will see a woo off between Jay Lethal and Ric Flair at some point.
I want that to be in a match so
bad. It very well might be. I'm mixed on Eddie doing that, but I assume they talked to New Japan. Yeah. They have a relationship with New Japan, and someone has said they wish that relationship would die because it's very one-sided, and I agree. Since when have the New Japan guys gotten over? You know, it's normally the AEW guys getting it over, but it is more exposure for some of the New Japan guys. I've made some new wrestlers from New Japan I didn't even know that well because we don't see them, bringing them on AEW TV. I've fallen in love with a couple different. I've always loved Naito and Okada, but they're introducing us to some more New Japan guys as well. Yeah, he did beat Flair in TNA, Hunter. He did.
In the woo-off? He won in the woo-off?
I think they fought, yeah, in both. So that's another one tonight. Third match tonight, Moxley and Mark Briscoe.
Oh, my living God.
If there's no blood in this one, I don't know what. There has to be blood in this match.
Yeah, but I have a question. Who's going to bleed first?
I don't know. We'll find out. Talk about a knockdown, drag out fight, though. This is going to be a fight. I can't wait for this one. Briscoe and Moxley tonight.
Does it have to go 20 minutes or?
That's the time limit. If it goes 20 minutes in a draw, each player gets 1 point. So we may see a couple draws throughout this tournament, which ain't bad.
Draws? Oh,
yes.
Pause.
Could be draws. Yeah, I agree, Hunter. It's going to be a crazy match here tonight. Hey, Copycat Chad's in the building. Yes, blood tonight. Definitely blood tonight. So those 3 matches are tonight. Now, there's 2 matches for Pittsburgh on Saturday. Let's take a look at those. Daniel Garcia and Claudio Castagnoli. Another complaint I saw in the live chat when they announced this is there's 3 Blackpool Combat Club members in here. So, I mean, Moxley.
I forgot about that.
I don't know which one you'd pull out, though. Moxley, Claudio, Danielson. There's
probably
3.
Probably Danielson.
Well, I didn't expect him to be in it.
It's
because of the broken face.
Just like with his injuries. I feel like it's common sense.
Well, the thing with Danielson, too, he's already made it known his time is limited in the ring. He's not going to be. Now, he didn't say retire. He said, I won't be a full-time competitor anymore next year. So look for him to be part-time, maybe work a little more behind the scenes. I know he helps with the book with Tony Khan, and definitely too valuable to let go. Bryan Danielson, hope he sticks around to still fight.
What, are they going to give him the title and not show up for like a year?
No, he's not going to be Roman. All right. Yeah, there you go. He wants Briscoe because Moxley's going to stab him with a fork. Also, this match is, I think Claudio takes this one tonight, but I'm with Chuck. I'd like to see Daniel get an upset. Claudio won't get hurt from losing a match here tonight, and it could really put Garcia up on a little platform, pulling a win out in this first.
He's my favorite wrestler. I don't care what anyone says. He's winning the whole thing.
Oh, I don't have the video on this one. Damn it.
What video?
You telling everybody that you love Orange Cassidy.
That's a lie, damn it.
It's not on the WrestleSense one. It's on my other. I got to put it over here. So Garcia Castagnoli on Saturday.
That's a lie. I don't like him. That's a lie.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been a lot of discussion between them. And I'm waiting to see what they're going to do. You can't disappear those 2 titles. I'm kind of thinking someone just gets to carry all 3. And then I'm hoping that's what it is. And then you defend the Continental Classic next year. I don't know. It's very confusing. You know, I like high stakes for tournaments. I like things we've never seen. When's the last time we saw a tournament for 3 championships? So it's unique, but I'm with a lot of you guys in the chat. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm waiting to see how it plays out. I'm not sure I like all 3 titles on the line. You know, I mean, we just saw Samoa Joe give up the world TV title for ROH to go for the world title. And then you got, you know, Kingston giving up 2 championships to try to win this tournament, but he's giving them up to try to make the tournament more valuable. I can't really hate on that. He's doing it for the better good of the whole company and everything.
That's better than an in-season tournament.
Yeah, I know. Ospreay, Ospreay, he already said he did in his interview last week on the pay-per-view. He said, I'm here, but be patient. I want to fulfill my obligations in New Japan first. So we might see an Ospreay match here and there. Because of the relationship with New Japan, but we will not see Ospreay full-time until next year. And I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
But he's one of my favorites. And that's another one. Getting people like Zack Sabre Jr. and him more TV time here in the States, they deserve it. They've been great for so long, but we don't get to see them because they're on New Japan. All right. So that's the second match for Saturday. Eddie Kingston versus Brody King. So Eddie Kingston going up right off the bat now. Like I said, the titles aren't on the line, even though Eddie said they are on the line throughout for him because he's giving them up for the winner of this tournament. So those are your 5 first-round matches. There'll be more next week. And like we said, there's 5 weeks of these matches to lead up to the finals.
Easy. Eddie Kingston wins. So
here we go. Here are your 12 competitors, and I'm asking you guys in the chat, who do you think at this point is going to watch? It's not easy to pick this. I mean, it is in Eddie Kingston's hometown. So I'll start. I think Eddie Kingston makes it to the finals, but I think he loses in the finals.
Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Sure. So let's see who you guys got in the chat. Wally says Eddie Kingston's going to win it. Chuck says he's got Brody King to win the tournament. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, everyone's banned from ringside. The rule is no one's allowed at ringside. Swerve Strickland, that's a really good pick. It's hard, as hot as he is right now, to see him losing in this tournament. But I mean, Moxley could, there's nothing wrong with a Moxley win. I could see Claudio winning it. Bryan Danielson overcoming all the odds to win with a broken face would be a hell of a story. Andrade deserves, singles titles as well. Strickland's super hot. Joker says he goes for Bryan Danielson. And if you're catching this replay, we're going to end it shortly here, just a short half an hour to summarize what this tournament's going to be. Leave in the comments, drop me a comment, who you think's going to win this tournament. I could see Mark Briscoe winning. I mean, I could have an argument for almost everyone here to win it. What a coming out party, pardon me, no pause, for Daniel Garcia if he would win this, because he's the youngest out of all these competitors. Roosh could finally make a big name for himself in the worldwide scene. There's still a lot of people that don't know who he is. Strickland hot. Jay White coming off of that loss in the World Championship. That's another one. He would be a good champion here. It's hard not to pick anyone. I mean, Brody King, what an accomplishment it would be for him. Eddie Kingston, like I said, it is. They announced the finals are right down the street from where he grew up. So if I would decide, I think Eddie Kingston beats Bryan Danielson in the finals of the Blue League, and Eddie goes to the finals. And then on the other side, I think Swerve and Jay White. I don't know how Moxley gets knocked out, but I'd like to see Swerve and Jay White, and then maybe Swerve and Kingston in the finals. I think Eddie makes it to the finals and loses to either Jay White or Strickland. What about you, Mitch? What do you think? Now, keep in mind, the two divisions will have a winner, and it'll be gold versus blue in the final.
Moxley versus Castagnoli, and Castagnoli wins.
There you go. Two BCC members against each other in the finals. I like that, too.
Just to throw this out there, Bryan Danielson would be the guest referee.
There you go. That would be good. I have a hard time thinking Kingston doesn't make it when it's like right down the street from where he grew up.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the finals are in New York, right where he grew up. So I think Kingston makes it to the finals. Him already having those two championships, I mean, it would solidify him as the champion of those plus Continental. But I think the better story would be someone else beating him in the finals. And I would think either Swerve or Jay, as hot as those two guys are.
That makes sense.
Now, it'd be nice to see Garcia and Briscoe, those two specifically, have really good first rounds and make it into the semifinals, but lose. Maybe something like that. Garcia makes it and loses to Kingston. That'll build Garcia up. Briscoe as a singles competitor, it will build him up if he makes it to the finals. Joker's got Kingston and Briscoe in the finals. I like that one.
That's good.
It was really no bad combination. I mean, when they first announced this tournament, I looked at the roster and I was thinking, what 12 people can you pick? And I tell you what, I don't envy them having to only pick 12 because you could easily have picked 24 and still had a great tournament. Hunter says Swerve versus Kingston. That'll be a great match, man. There's so many. That's where I'm at, Hunter. I'm kind of the same idea, Swerve and Kingston. But I would not be mad no matter what the combination is. So that was the announcement here just about an hour ago or so. Tony Khan broke down the tournament, and we're going to have the Continental Classic starting tonight on AEW Dynamite.
It's the in-season tournament.
It is kind of like an in-season tournament, to be honest. So tune in on Friday, 6 o'clock. I'm going to have a special WrestleSense show. I think CJ might make it. I don't know if the boys are going to be able to make it, but I wanted to review Full Gear and preview Survivor Series. So tomorrow, Black Friday, around 6 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live with another special WrestleSense live report on reviewing a really good Full Gear pay-per-view. And there's only 5 matches for Survivor Series. But we'll go over that as well. Not tomorrow. But I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Eat all the turkey. Have a good nap. Enjoy your family, your friends, or whatever. And I will be live there tomorrow night as well for LTD. Thanks for joining me, Mitch. I appreciate it. I'm sick of seeing you. Uh-oh, where's it at? Fireworks! There you go. We got in 2 hours pick and roll podcast. If you're an NBA fan, in 2 hours, Mitch and I in the Hardcore Sports Network, you see the new t-shirt behind us here, swag now available. Hardcore Sports Network will be live in about 2 hours with that as well. I appreciate. Thanks for everybody stopping by. And like I said, if you catch the replay, drop me a comment. Let me know who you think will be the first ever Continental Classic champion. And I'll see you in it.
Not Orange Cassidy.
And I'll see you in the streams, people. We out of here.
This